Okay, joining me now is the Heritage Foundation's Joel Griffith. Is our future in publicly owned systems?
No, our future, well, hopefully it's not in publicly owned systems. We've seen what that looks like, whether it's the extreme situations in Venezuela or the less radical situations that we saw across Western Europe until about 25 years ago when they started rolling back their socialist systems. Let's hope that's not what we're in for here. I would say take a look at what's going on even in Germany. They're a far bigger government system than we have here. About half of the population is under contracts that are negotiated by unions. And look at the disposable income per family, us versus them. Our typical family has about $11,000 more per year in disposable income. And that's a number that's been growing over the past 20 years. And that's because we enjoy a free market system here, far freer than many of our competitors overseas.
Now watch this. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is pushing back against the socialist AOC and Bernie Sanders, saying, let's just have the government take it all, really? And now the government can basically decide, all of the medical research that gets done. What I worry about is when I hear sentiments like that, it would deprive the market and the world of a kind of diversity of talent and different attempts that can be taken. Your take on that?
No, Mark Zuckerberg is exactly right. When we think of this wealth tax, a lot of people just think of it as we're just going after the wealthy. We're taking the money they've accumulated in vaults. But really, a wealth tax on the billionaires is an assault on all of us because we're taking control of those assets that are productively employed, making our lives better. We're taking that, we're putting it into the hands of bureaucrats and politicians that are looking to solidify their power or to go ahead and hand out favors to their special interest groups. This is not the way to economic prosperity. And I'll also mention, this is not the way to paying for that agenda. That raises $4 trillion over 10 years. That's about a tenth of the cost of their agenda.
Nobel Peace Prize winning economist Robert Shiller, he's the one who said a recession is now likely years away because of the Trump boom. I'd like to take a listen to what J.P. Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon, he delivered a smackdown on the Democrats' government control dreams. Watch this.
The notion that socialism, free market capitalism, free enterprise, and freedom are inextricably linked. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of enterprise are capitalism. Governments taking control of assets and companies, they start to use those companies for one thing only, keeping themselves in power, using the company's assets to get votes. Okay, and these companies erode over time, and you do end up with Venezuela.
Yeah, and let me back up. The New York Times had a breathtakingly innumerate and economically clueless headline saying, quote, in a strong economy, why so many workers on strike? Well, in a strong economy, workers have more collective bargaining power, especially when there are 1.5 million more job openings than workers. Plus, more people are working. Shouldn't we expect more strikes in a strong economy? You're taking all of that and what Jamie said.
The fact is we've got record low unemployment in 24 states right now, record low unemployment for African Americans, Asian Americans, Hispanics, adult women, near record low unemployment for men. This is a booming economy. If you look at median household income, we've gone up by $4,000 in just a few years, and that's real terms. If you look at the middle class, which is shrinking, it's because millions of them are moving to the upper middle and upper classes. This is a strong economy for workers, and we're seeing benefits across the board on every income level. And over the past year, those that are earning the greatest percentage increase in income are actually those at the bottom. So we are all benefiting from this economic boom.
Yeah, Joel, to your point, the New York Times reported in May that over the past year, the low-wage workers have seen the fastest pay increases. Here's the thing. In socialist countries, people don't just go on strike, they riot because their economies are in collapse. Your final word, Joel?
We have to realize that the way to continue economic prosperity is to let people keep more of their money, let investors invest that money productively, because we all share in those gains when we become more productive.
Great to see you, Joel Griffith. Come back soon. We are staying